for an original sound.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Letter. We had fun last time, so let's continue. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough! That's enough! A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the window I have left open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter inconsistently as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it down taking a shower hours ago. Zach's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave the two of them there without saying anything. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing? Does it ring a bell?
Oh, right. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, especially after what happened with his film. Sometimes I forget about how kind Zach can be.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
He's trying to get me to talk. Normally I'd tell him I'm fine, say a few simple reassurances to put their minds at ease. Now, nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changes the subject.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call. Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand...
Well, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time. Oh, damn, it overflowed! Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hung up before I could thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight. And for the first time, in a long time, I dream. of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and the smell of cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to the Ermengod's mansion. To think that I'd have to go back again, I'd be lying if I say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale, too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with the current owner, and all that. Never mind that its new owners want everything done within the week, when process typically takes more than that. They want it done, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Renting is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Miss McCall? Nope. The rights? The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcoming me back. Shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. They are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is here. Like the very place itself is aware of trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. I could never tell with him. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles, how the two have ended up the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has also brought his friend with him. Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older. If he has an Irish accent, I'm leaving.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Oh, thank God.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing. The occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone.
There's a ghost in the background going, bitch, I'm out here.
But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
Well, I'm gonna let the comment section. Don't get into a whole thing about religion. You're gonna do it anyway.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we? Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He lets Zack and I walk ahead. A relief, this way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the strap of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease, but the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
More choices. This place gives me the creeps. It's hard to lie when Zack gives you that look. It's just there. That kind that implores a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot.
Take your cell phone.
You think the new owners will allow it?
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
True that.
You're really not helping, Zack.
All right, sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything.
I like Zack.
I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them.
Can we make sure the black
Or
guy
I
doesn't die first?
think I can.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Good girl. Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag flutter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jingle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking out everything from every pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under these. Nothing. Oh man! Of all times to forget.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with an excuse, and right after they've both taken the time to go this far from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
There's a brief moment of confusion. Then, I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer, before I can make sense of what's happening. Foyer?
Ow, 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 my back.
What the... Isabella?
No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zack's gently pulling me upright by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I can't quite place. I'd say it's relief, but... Ah, sheesh, good going, Isabella. Right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And standing right behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
Abruptly, he waves his hand at Zack and Father Norman like their presence is a slight against his will.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
I wanted to bless the house for them. Like a deer caught in the headlights. Unfair, Rose, that's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me with no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
I'm gonna bless your house, you're welcome.
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
Call me Lily one more time.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I am so sorry, Mama. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I mean, you're not lying. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I'm here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of a paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Look, I'm trying to do a tradition from my homeland where we bless the house. You're welcome. You know, this is free. It's just a customary thing. You can tell all your friends that you had this exotic thing from another country happen to bless your house. It'll be wonderful. All your rich friends will love it. That's how you lie, darling. Mr. Wright shifts his eyes around in a careful manner, as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. A grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me, is similar to what my Kuya Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. And part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I wouldn't have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice.
Dude, no.
I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of almost identical expressions, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
Lady, look, your lie, I already told it. You go ahead and tell that lie, you go with that, and boom, them rich people will like it.
For luck? And protection?
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I think that he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not a mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he's hearing things right. I'd say he's amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't...
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion since this place has been empty for years.
Boom, baby, there you go, there you go. You get that lie up.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh, well if that's the case, then go ahead. No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
I had to pause the recording and take a screenshot of this for the co-host. Durago, is this why you wanted me to play this game so badly? Holy shit. I don't... What? 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 All of a sudden there's an awkward silence that even Rose, of all people, seemed reluctant to break. Although a desire... Oh my god, you see both of the looks they're getting? Although a desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes nervously shifts to Mr. Wright. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. That's the face he makes only when he's desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to do so. Mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames of an argument. He has always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a placated stance, despite holding opinions of his own. Not that I won't say anything. I know Mr. Wright's a client, but you can't just say that in front of other people. In front of Zach, no less? You're supposed to say that when no one's listening. That's what you're trying to say. No, do not say that. That's bad. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it. And neither do I. There's a reason why bullies back home never touch my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I can still land a hit or two. Maybe, if only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch could be thrown, Ma'am Hannah cuts in.
Lucille Mitchell Wright!
In a voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving glare. That seems to have done the trick. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. At this, Ma'am Hannah could only sigh and shake her head.
Oh, give it a rest, love. Do you have a better idea? Who knows? Positive energy might even give us what we've been waiting for. Or some peace. Let them do their job.
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch? I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's two of us working on this.
You know, one priest and one slave. Okay, moving on. Rose looks like she's about to murder someone. Probably me. I'm not the one that deserves to get murdered, lady. It's the one that said the white dude that just dropped the N-word. At least she's not. At least she won't have to stay in a haunted property. She's getting the better end of the deal if anyone is going to ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the three of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal,
I'll bring the black guy with me. It'll be fun.
Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return it with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets, sheesh. And just like that, gone just as quickly as they appeared, fleeting from the one scene to the next, leaving me to wonder if this was simply what's typical for the rich and famous, to drop the N-word. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. There are a load of links down there in the description. Click them. There's an awesome comic book, there's our Patreon, and there's other awesome things. So go ahead and check out all those fantastic links, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me home. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me. So put your hand in mine, follow me, let me waste your time. Set up feet, do some stupid shit. Take a seat, let me waste your time. So put your